As Pandora lifted the lid, she was oblivious to the fact that she was about to unleash a myriad of malevolence and misery upon the human race. But who was Pandora? Who bestowed upon her the fateful box? And why was she admonished to never pry into its contents? In this video, we delve into the ancient narrative of Pandora's box. The saga of Pandora's box predates her own existence, deeply rooted in the primordial strife between deities and titans. According to lore, the cosmos was once embroiled in a fierce clash between the formidable ancient titans and the mighty Olympians. The titans were dethroned by the Olympians, spearheaded by Zeus in a monumental conflict known as the Titanomachy. Post-conflict, the titans were consigned to Tartarus, a gloomy chasm nestled deep within the terrestrial core. However, a few titans, including Prometheus, escaped this doom due to his alliance with the Olympians during the war. Despite his fealty to the Olympians, Prometheus harbored a fondness for mankind. He perceived the latent potential in humans and aspired to assist them in reaching their zenith. To this end, he resolved to filch the divine fire from the gods and bestow it upon humanity. Fire, a beacon of knowledge and civilization, was a conduit for human advancement and progress. Yet, Prometheus did not desist there. He continued to safeguard the welfare of humans and concocted a shrewd ruse to shield them from the divine. He presented Zeus with two bundles, one laden with succulent meats veiled by uninviting bones, and the other with bones concealed by savory meats. Unable to discern the disparity, Zeus opted for the bundle of bones, thereby enabling humans to retain the delectable meats for their own consumption. This cunning ploy incensed Zeus, for it granted humans an edge and challenged his dominion. In his ire, Zeus determined to chastise Prometheus in a manner that would serve as a cautionary tale to those contemplating defiance against the gods. He had Prometheus shackled to a colossal boulder in the Caucasus Mountains, where each day a gargantuan eagle would descend from the heavens to feast on Prometheus's liver. Being immortal, his liver would regenerate by the morrow, only to be devoured once more. This was to be Prometheus's perpetual punishment. However, the damage had been done. Now that humanity had received the sacred fire, it had created an imbalance of power between the gods of Olympus and humanity. To correct the imbalance that Prometheus had created, Zeus devised a calamitous plan. He summoned Hephaestus, the skilled blacksmith of the gods, to forge a being of unparalleled guilt and charm, endowed with irresistible gifts from the Olympians. When Hephaestus's creation was ready, one by one, the gods of Olympus bestowed a gift to Pandora, the name itself meaning one who bears all gifts. Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war, breathed life into the clay figure and also taught Pandora various skills. Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, bestowed upon Pandora her beauty and charm. Hermes, the messenger of the gods, gave Pandora the gift of speech and also instilled in her mind lies and crafty words. Other gods bestowed various gifts upon Pandora. For example, the Charities and the Ori, the goddesses of charm and the seasons, adorned her with fine clothes and jewelry. Knowing that the gods would want revenge for what he had done, Prometheus warned his brother Epimetheus never to accept any gifts from the gods. Despite warnings from his brother, when Zeus presented Pandora to Epimetheus, he was captivated by her enchanting charm and beauty, and feeling love, took her as his wife. Unbeknownst to Pandora and Epimetheus, Zeus had asked Athena to plant the seed of curiosity in Pandora's heart. The seed grew into an insatiable flame that burned brighter with each passing day. As Pandora and Epimetheus lived together in bliss, Zeus's plan began to unfold in the last phase of his scheme. He presented Pandora with a mysterious casket. Well, that's not entirely true. In Hesiod's original version of the story, Pandora was actually given a pithos, a large jar used for storage of wine, oil, grain, or other provisions. The mix-up between the jar and the box is the result of a mistranslation by Erasmus of Rotterdam, who translated the story and turned the Greek word for jar into the Latin word for box. Regardless of whether it was a jar or a box, it was given as a wedding gift from Zeus, adorned with symbols of wonder and mystery, with just one condition: that she was never to open it. Pandora's curiosity grew with every moment that passed. She wondered what was in the box, so important that no human eyes could look at it. Why did Zeus put it in her care? The flame of curiosity that Athena had sown in Pandora's heart burned fiercer with each passing moment. The enigmatic box seemed to call out to her, its whispers of hidden secrets and unimaginable treasures filling her mind. At times, she could almost swear she heard something moving within its confines, as if the box itself was alive. The sound seemed to form a siren song, beckoning her to lift the lid and reveal its mysteries. Despite her gifts of wisdom and intelligence, the temptation was too much for Pandora. In a moment of weakness, Pandora convinced herself that she would take one small peek inside the box, and then never think of it again. But as she carefully opened the box, the lid burst open, releasing a dark cloud and a horrendous chorus of screams. A hush fell over the world as the dark cloud spread, releasing all the evils that Zeus had trapped inside the box. Pandora watched in horror as they flew out, each one a different form of suffering and pain. There were diseases, sadness, and all kinds of bad things that had never existed in the world before. Pandora was frozen in shock, her heart heavy with guilt and regret. She had unleashed these terrible things upon the world, and there was no way to take it back. The world was now a place filled with pain and suffering, all because of her curiosity. But then, just as Pandora was about to close the box, she heard a small, gentle voice coming from inside. It was soft and comforting, like a sweet melody with hope in her heart. Pandora opened the box once more, and out flew a beautiful, glowing spirit. This was Hope, the only good thing that had been trapped inside the box. Hope flew out into the world, spreading its light and warmth and giving people the strength to endure the hardships that had been unleashed. Pandora watched as Hope flew away, feeling a small sense of relief. Even though she had brought so much pain into the world, she had also released hope. And as long as there was hope, people would have the strength to overcome the challenges they faced. It's interesting to note the similarities between this ancient Greek myth and the story of Adam and Eve from the Bible. In both stories, the first woman is portrayed as the catalyst for humanity's suffering. Pandora opens the box or jar and releases all the evils into the world, while Eve eats the forbidden fruit leading to the fall of man. Some scholars suggest that the spread of Greek culture may have influenced Christian interpretations of Scripture, with the myth present in the story potentially playing a role in how stories are connoted in the book of Genesis. Regardless of the historical connections, these stories reflect a common theme in human mythology: the idea that with knowledge and consciousness comes suffering, but also the possibility of hope and redemption. The story of Pandora and the box is a rich and complex tale that explores themes of curiosity, temptation, and the duality of human nature. It serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of unchecked curiosity and the unforeseen outcomes that can result from our actions. The gods' gifts to Pandora symbolize the qualities that make us human, both our virtues and our flaws. The box itself represents the unknown and the potential for both good and evil. Pandora's act of opening the box is a metaphor for human curiosity and the desire to explore the unknown, even when we know it might bring harm. What do you think of Pandora's story? Would a life without suffering be better than a life without hope? Let me know in the comments. And if you don't want to miss the next installment of Mythology, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications.